News coming from the Islamic Republic of Iran. Unfortunately, as you can tell, I'm out. We are going to go back in eventually with all the actual detailed updates. But for now, we have to give you guys this very, very important update as the Israeli Defense Forces have been over the last couple of hours attacking the location of Ali Khamenei's bunker, the supreme leader of Iran. There's a lot happening, which I'm going to cover quickly in this live stream. Of course, then we're going to get your reaction later. There's also a big update coming in terms of Oman. So first things first, let's talk about, I'm just going to put it here. First things, let's talk about Lavizan. The Lavizan is the area in the northeast of Tehran, the capital. Israelis believe that Ali Khamenei is located there. They have been hammering that area. They are also completely wiping out the IRGC across the capital in Tehran. While that's happening, we started getting a very, very important update a short while ago that a government plane took off from Tehran, belonging to the president of Iran, Pezeshkian. We then started getting more updates that another plane has also taken off. At first, we were thinking that these are the negotiators from Iran going to Oman because privately they have been begging President Trump for some sort of deal. President Trump a few minutes ago came and confirmed he's not doing a deal to save the Iranian regime. Publicly, Ali Khamenei's team have said that they're not going to be begging America publicly. Of course, Khamenei himself as supreme leader is currently not in charge. He has surrendered his powers and control to the commander of the IRGC, who was only recently appointed a few days ago after the last one became a barbecue. Now, we have also just heard that the third government plane has taken off and landed, just landing in Oman. 3 government planes from Tehran. You don't need that many for any sort of group of negotiators. The Americans, about 5 minutes ago, have also confirmed that President Trump stopped the US negotiators from going to Oman, saying, no, come back here, we don't need you to go to Oman. So the media in Iran are saying that we are sending our negotiators, that we're going to be talking, while publicly saying we're not doing any begging, which is really, really mixed messaging, confusing situation. Ali Khamenei is obviously still in his bunker with his family without any kind of level of communication, apart from the speech that they had to do, put a curtain behind him and a flag to address the nation. That's what's happened. Meanwhile, obviously, the government planes are going. There's another very, very important development as well. Vladimir Putin offered to mediate a deal between the Americans and the Islamic Republic, essentially to make a deal of some sort of surrender, right? Because there's not going to be an actual peace deal. But President Trump has told Vladimir Putin to go away and worry about your problem in Ukraine, and then you can worry about other people and other problems. So we have that to deal with. Putin has been told to stop asking to be a mediator. Then we also have the situation with on the ground in Tehran, defectors. The army are defecting to the Crown Prince of Iran's team, Reza Pahlavi. A lot of them, and also other Iranians from the Iranian regime, Basijis, this is part of the IRGC, they have also contacted Israel, and primarily they've been trying to get in touch with the IDF spokesperson, the Persian IDF spokesperson. But the IDF have now responded saying, if you want any support, if you want to obviously work together, then get in touch with Mossad. They have obviously sent a link online. IDF posted this online saying get in touch with Mossad. Of course, the Iranian regime completely freaked out, saying, well, we have a bunch of defectors leaving and they're going to get in touch with Mossad. So they have now completely shut down the internet. We are still getting some videos coming from Tehran, and we are going to show it to you on this channel shortly, because obviously I'm currently still out. But I thought it's important to give you guys that as well, because it's a very fast developing issue. And I'm pretty sure in the next few minutes, in the next hour or so, if you're watching this, things have already changed massively. President Trump has also confirmed, after saying that he rejected Putin and his offer, he said that I'm speaking to Benjamin Netanyahu every single day. He's a good man, he's doing a great job, and he's been treated unfairly by some people in his country. So it seems like the Americans continue to fully back Netanyahu and the Israeli Defense Forces. About an hour ago, when we got the updates that the Iranian regime are sending their planes to Oman, and people thought that this is basically the negotiators going there, and of course the Americans are going to join them. People freaked out. People thought President Trump is now going to be making a deal, throwing him a lifeline. That's why Trump had to come out publicly and immediately say, not only I stop my negotiators from going, we're not throwing him a lifeline. If they want to talk to me in terms of surrender, then fine. Feel free to ask for a surrender, and then you can leave the country, and of course regime change will happen. As I said, the Iranian regimes, their narrative is that we're not going to be begging anybody, while literally privately begging Oman, Russia, and everybody else. Now, apparently they're not really asking Russia anymore because they're not too happy with Putin. Yesterday, Moscow withdrew their support for the Iranian regime, which goes back to what we said earlier last night. A lot of people, especially all these podcasters and so-called comedians and influencers out there, people like Tucker Carlson and Dave Smith and Candace Owens, were going around for months and months, for years and years, saying that there shouldn't be any conflict with the Iranian regime. Number one, they are supported by their people. You have no idea what you're talking about. They're a bunch of Islamic occupiers. They said that. They also said you can't start a conflict because the defense in Iran is extremely strong, and the Iranian army, the military, everybody will get involved, and this war will drag on for decades and nothing will happen. The Iranian army is nowhere to be seen. The rest of them have now defected anyway. We are getting also updates about shootings on the streets now. It's turned into a video game at this point. The Mossad operatives are fighting against the Islamic occupiers, but these guys have also been saying that if a conflict starts in Iran, immediately within 30 seconds it will lead to World War III, because they said China will get involved. Facts, yeah. China would get involved, Russia would get involved, and the whole world will blow up. China, while privately have been sending some resources to the Iranian regime over the last few days. Publicly, they've said, well, we're not going to be taking sides, and publicly China had to come out and say, we could mediate. Secondly, Russia have withdrawn support. They didn't trigger the nuclear or World War III either. There is nobody else causing trouble because they know this is a dying regime. They are already dead. If you had a situation where 10, 20 years ago, America had attacked Iran, then yes, that would have been a very, very different situation. Right now, they are a paper tiger. Their own people have defected. 3 of their government planes belonging to the president have now departed and landed in Oman. I believe they might have actually chosen Oman because Oman were the mediators, and they think that they could be safe there. Some of us actually thought when we saw the radars, the plane flying away from Tehran, it was going towards the south. Some of us thought they were going to Pakistan, but even Pakistan don't want that level of trouble. So they have now gone to Oman. I'm guessing that part of the attempt was to send their negotiators as well as the families of the IRGC and the president maybe, but hoping that they could get there and then tell President Trump, would you like to come and speak to us? Of course, Trump said, nope, too late, and it's time to go. So, as we said, Lavizon is being hammered as we speak. I'm going to show you some very, very insane videos that we are receiving as we speak from Tehran, from Karaj, which is a small town next to Tehran, and of course the surrounding areas in general. It's time to give up. The foreign minister of Israel have just confirmed that the tornado continues to hit Tehran. This is not a time to throw a lifeline at these evil people. The regime change is coming, and the Crown Prince of Iran, Reza Pahlavi, is now getting ready to take control of the transition government. And of course, we will find out how long it will take for justice to be prevailed when it comes to the Islamic occupation of Iran. We are also getting some new updates in terms of the new They're the latest government buildings that are being brought down. Most of them have been brought down basically at this point. There's no way they can rebuild this. There's no way they will be able to save themselves. I think the priority has been to focus on their own families. And these are the people who said, we would love to be martyrs, but when the time actually came, they are running away like a bunch of rats. Even Yahya Sinwar, even Yahya had to come out last minute and try to fight with a stick. He was fighting against the drones with a stick. We are waiting to see whether Ali Khamenei has been on one of these planes. It is difficult to see how, unless the bunker that he's been in has a tunnel network to somewhere else so that he could come out quickly. But he had to still go to Tehran, the actual city, to get to the airport, the government airport. And the Israelis probably would have seen that, unless the Israelis allowed him to escape and they knew that he was in one of these cars that's going to the airport. So we don't know whether Ali Khamenei, the supreme leader, has been on these planes, the 3 planes that have now left, or whether he is still in his bunker. There is so much happening over the next few minutes and over the next few hours. I believe that this is the end game for the Islamic occupation of Iran. Freedom is coming back, democracy is coming back, and civility is coming back in the country, in the land of Aryans, Iran. Now I'm gonna keep you guys posted. There is even the European countries have stopped bothering Netanyahu and Trump because they realized the game is over, and they realized that the Iranian regime were very, very weak, very quick to fall. Thank you, sir. Thank you. We got supporters of Tousi TV on the streets of London Stan as well. All right, so now I'm going to go into my own bunker. We have to go into hiding because I've been out and I do not want my location to be identified. It's a very dangerous thing right now for me to do in London because, of course, the IRGC sleeper cells and their militants are everywhere. And if they find out where I am, I might become a barbecue. So I'm going to run. I'm going to get back before they find out exactly the location. It's quite obvious where I am-ish. For those who would know, they would know. So thank you so much for watching. We're going to come back with the actual videos. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because Tousi TV will be the only go-to source for you guys with these updates, and of course will remain your global geopolitical news channel as usual. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Maya Tousi and we are the media.